Hi guys! Today I'm doing the end of the year book tag. Nobody tagged me or anything, it just this is the right time of year to do it, and it sounded like fun, so I wanted to do it. So the first question on this tag is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? So, I started this one, The Book of Names. It's a random Christian fantasy book I picked up at my local used bookstore. When I say I started it, I mean I'm on the first page. So, yeah, technically though I have started it and need to finish it. Also, I mean, the Bible. I read through the Bible pretty much every year, so still working on that. But that's by schedule, so I should. I've finished it. This is like my third or fourth year, so should finish that one. I would assume I will finish that one. Yeah. Let's see. Do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? No, I don't really read like mood read for the seasons or anything. I am more of a mood reader when I don't have books that I like when I'm rereading. Because I prefer to try to read all the books that I have own that I haven't read before I go into rereading, which is kind of weird, I know, but that's just kind of how I do it. So I don't have an autumnal book that I'm reading right now that will transition, and even when I do that, even when I am more of a mood reader and reading, not just my TBR, but other things too, not really. No. Is there a new release that you're still waiting for? Sort of. I found two that are coming out later this year that I am excited about. One is called The Peasant King by Tessa Afshar. It is the sequel to The Hidden Prince by Tessa Afshar, which I haven't read yet, but I've liked every other book I've read by her. So I am fairly confident that I will want to read this book as well. And then the other one is A Winter by the Sea by Julie Klassen. It is the sequel to, I think her book, the other book was called The Sisters of Seaview. And I read that either this month or last month. I think it was this month. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to read the sequel. Yeah, so those are the only two new releases I could find that I was actually kind of excited about. Let's see. What are three books you want to read before the end of the year? So I just picked up the next three on my TBR after the one that I've already started. So those are The Wonders of the Galaxy, a collection of cosmic tales. These are short stories that are retellings of parables. All but one of them, I think, are parables of Jesus. One of them is not. But biblical parables. So sci-fi retellings of parables, that sounds very interesting. Next is He Who Lifts the Skies by Casey Barnett Gramco. This is a story about the Tower of Babel. I have read the first book in this series is about Noah, so in the flood. So I've read that one before, and I liked it. It wasn't my favorite Noah story, but I did enjoy it. So I've been looking for that one for a little while, actually, so I was very excited when I found it. And then the last one is Every Knee Shall Bow, in the Constantine, by Brian Lifton, in the Constantine's Empire series. And this is, obviously set during the time of Constantine, so I think it's right after, Christianity becomes not illegal. This is the sequel to the first book in the series, The Conqueror. So, yes, looking forward to this one, too. Let's see. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Well, I really hope so. I pulled out three. I don't know how much of a shock they would be, because they're the ones I'm guessing for this tag, but anyway. Or for this question. So if I can guess them, they may not be such a shocker, but... first is Mark of the Raven by Morgan L. Bussey. I've heard good things about this book. It's Christian fantasy, which is my favorite genre, so yes, this one is definitely a possibility. And then the next two I have are both by Sharon Hink. One is called Hidden Current, and one is called Dream of Kings. I have read another book by Sharon Hink as well. I don't remember if I finished it, but I do remember enjoying what I read of it. So I am looking forward to those. I'm imagining I will probably like those as well. And I need to reread that book that I started by her and read the rest of the series too, because I know I didn't finish the series. Let's see. And then have you already started making reading plans for next year? Sort of. I have... My current reading plans for next year are finish reading all the books that I have in my TBR, plus, I'll probably get books for Christmas. So those will go on my TBR. But once I'm done with those, I really want to reread a bunch of series that I really love. It's been a long time since, if you saw my last, I think it was last week's video was my TBR. I have a lot of books on this TBR, and I've had a lot of books on it for a while, so it's been a while since I've let myself reread for any reason other than like if I was reading it for a class or something. So I'm really looking forward to actually getting around to rereading a bunch of series. So those are sort of reading plans, not really anything specific. I'll read through the Bible again, but again, I don't really know if that counts, so. Alright, so that was the end of the year book tag. Let me know in the comments. Let's see. If there's a new release you're still waiting for, and what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year. Because I think those are interesting. And of course, if you want to answer the rest of them too, please feel free. Yeah, I guess that's it. Bye, thanks for watching.